Hello friends, this is Hatim Rampurwala and in this video we will cover SA 570 revised, that is going concern. It is an most important or say important from the final perspective, say a final perspective. Now, uh, so there are chance of question being asked in the exam. So we'll quickly cover. So it has been divided as first is management responsibility, then auditor's duty in relation to going concern, and the third part is condition that may cast doubt about the going concern assumption. Okay, so we'll cover one by one. That is, what is the management responsibility in relation to the going concern. That is basically what is the management responsibility. First is they will basically they have to assess, they have to prepare the assessment, they have to assess basically the going concern assumption. See what they have written is assess the entity's ability to management responsibility, that is management will assess the entity's ability to continue as a going concern. Then general purpose financial statement are prepared on the going concern. They will ensure that they will look into basically that general purpose financial statement are prepared on the going concern basis unless the management intend to liquidate the entity or cease the operation. So unless the management intend to liquidate or seize, general purpose financial statement should be prepared on the going concern basis. It is an accounting, what we can say, principle, that is financial statement should be prepared on the going concern basis. The same the first point also say the same thing, that is management should assess the entity, assess the entity's ability. It is whether entity has an ability to continue as a going concern. Then general purpose financial statement are prepared on the going concern basis unless the management intend to liquidate the entity or cease the operation. And third is in case of the financial statement are not prepared on the going concern basis, the fact would need to be appropriately disclosed. Okay, now if the management is assessing, management is considering that the preparing the financial statement not on the going concern basis, then the fact needs to be appropriately disclosed. Okay, so now auditor's duty. What auditor will do is to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence about the appropriateness of the management use of the going concern basis of an accounting. So they will check basically the appropriateness of the management use of making. So now management is considering certain factors and making the assessment that whether the entity is whether the operation of an entity is considered as a going concern, or whether the entity intend to liquidate or cease the operation. Okay, so now on the all basis on which the management has made the assessment, what auditor will do is obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence about the appropriateness. He will check the appropriateness of management assessment. First, management has made the assessment about the going concern, that whether entity is appearing to be continuous going concern, or management is basically seizing the operation, or what we can say, liquidate, management intend to liquidate or seize the operation. Okay, so the first auditor duty is to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence about the appropriateness. He will check the appropriateness of the management use of the going concern basis of an accounting. Then determine whether the management has already performed a preliminary assessment of the entity ability to continue as a going concern. He will check that, determine whether the management has made the preliminary assessment of an entity's ability to continue whether the management has what it is given is whether the management has performed the preliminary assessment of an entity's ability to continue as a going concern. Okay, now what the arrow they have given is, for the purpose auditor, for this purpose auditor is required to cover the same period. Okay, if the management has performed the preliminary assessment of an entity to of an preliminary assessment of an entity's ability to continue as a going concern, then what auditor will do is, for this purpose auditor is required to cover the same period as that used by the management. So he will also do the assessment for the same period. Management has done his preliminary assessment in relation to the going concern. Now what auditor is required to cover the same period as that of the management. Consider whether the management has considered all the relevant information for which auditor is aware. Now he will also consider the management has made this financial statement as per the going concern basis, and management has considered all the relevant information of which auditor is aware. Okay, so we have read 2 points. That is, first is obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence that the about the appropriateness of the management use of the going concern basis of an accounting. Determine whether the management has already performed the preliminary assessment of an entity to continue of an and of the entity's ability to continue as a going concern. If yes, then auditor is required to cover the same period for the management and also consider whether the management has considered all the relevant information for which an auditor is aware. Then third, that is, auditor identifies the event that casts significant doubt on an entity's ability. Now auditor has identified certain events or the condition which cast significant doubt on an entity's ability to continue as a going concern, so perform additional procedure. That is, use of the going concern basis of an accounting is appropriate but the material uncertainty exists. Now if if the auditor identifies the event which casts significant doubt on an entity's ability to continue as a going concern, then he will perform additional. If it is casting doubt in, then he will perform the additional audit procedure. That is, first, use of the going concern basis is appropriate but material uncertainty exists. Now auditor, based on the additional audit procedure, he is concluding that going concern basis is appropriate but material uncertainty exists. Then in relation to that material uncertainty, determine whether the financial statement makes relevant disclosure. Okay, so in relation to that material uncertainties, whether the financial statement are been means whether there have been a relevant disclosure made in the financial statement. If yes, then express unmodified opinion, because financial statement going concern was appropriate but there was material uncertainty, but that is properly disclosed in the financial statement. That is, if yes, then express unmodified opinion and include a separate section under the heading material uncertainty relating to the going concern. We will issue unmodified opinion and include a separate section, and will give a separate information in a separate section. That is, there exist the material uncertainty relating to the going concern, and if it no disclosure has been made in the financial statement, then express qualified or adverse opinion. Okay, so going concern appropriate, material uncertainty exists, then whether disclosure in financial statement, yes or no. If yes, unmodified opinion, and a separate will give a separate opinion para, that is a separate section under, and include a separate section under the material uncertainty relating to the going concern, and if it has not been disclosed, then express qualified or adverse opinion. Second point, sorry, second case, use of the going concern basis of the accounting is appropriate. Okay, now is inappropriate. So if the use of the going concern is inappropriate, then express adverse. Here there is not an option of qualified. If it is inappropriate, then short adverse opinion. Then third, after performing additional audit procedure, if auditor reach to the conclusion that the management is unwilling to make its assessment, because he is asking the management to make the assessment, management is refusing, there is management unwillingness to make the assessment, then consider the implication on an auditor's report. And what additional point they have given is, perform the additional audit procedure. What additional audit procedure he will perform? That is, request the management, see the arrow how they begin, perform the additional audit procedure, side arrow. So what are the additional audit procedure? That is, and why he is doing first of all additional audit procedure? Because auditor has identified certain events that cast significant doubt on an entity's ability to continue as a going concern. So he will perform the additional procedure. That is, first, request the management to make its assessment of an entity's ability to continue as a going concern. He will request the management. Second, he will evaluate the management plan for the future. So he will check the management future, that whether the management is intending to continue in future, or their intention is to seize the operation or liquidate the entity. So they will evaluate the management future plan, then consider the reliability of the cash flow forecast. Then we will consider the reliability, because management has prepared the forecast of the what we can say, management has the forecast, cash flow forecast. So they will consider the reliability, that if it comes through, that is, if it is reliable cash flow, then if and we can say there are cash flow in the future period, so the auditor can conclude that entity is not going to cease but it will continue for the future. So these are the additional steps. Basically, he will consider the reliability of the cash flow forecast, then consider the availability of the additional facts or the information since the date of the management assessment. Then this is fourth point is basically subsequent events. he will consider the availability of the additional facts after the management has made the assessments. For instance, management has made an assessment up to certain date, then from that date onwards, means later to that date, he will identify, means he will consider the availability of an additional facts information about not additional facts or the information since the date of the management assessment to perform basically additional procedure, then request a written representation from the management regarding their plans for the future action and feasibility of these operations basically. So if I'll again quickly revise what we have studied till now, and then we will see the condition that may cause. These are generally the examples only, so we'll first again quickly revise. What is the time? Already 10 minutes has been passed. We'll quickly revise in 1-2 minutes what we studied till now. First we saw that we are revising first of all the SA 570 management responsibility. Management responsibility, that is assess the entity's ability. Management should assess the entity's ability to continue as a going concern. General purpose of the financial statement are prepared. Sorry, I'm reading it wrong. General purpose financial statement, that is GPFS, general purpose financial statement are prepared on the going concern basis unless the management intend. It should be prepared on the going concern basis unless the management liquidate or cease the intend to liquidate or cease the operation. In case the financial statement are prepared on the going concern basis, the fact need to be appropriately if it is not being prepared on the going concern, then fact need to be appropriately disclosed. Then auditor's duty: first obtain sufficient appropriate evidence about the management use of the going concern basis. What management has used, he will verify that, basically check the appropriateness of that basically. So about the appropriateness of the management use of the going concern basis, then determine whether the management has already performed the preliminary assessment of an entity's ability to continue, whether they have performed the preliminary assessment of an entity's ability to continue as a going concern or not. And if they have performed, then what auditor will do? For this purpose, the auditor is required to cover the same period for which the management has covered and consider that the management has considered all the relevant, and also consider whether the management has considered all the relevant information for which auditor is aware. So what he will do is he will also make the assessment cover the same period as that covered by the management, and the period basically it is not given over here, but the period should be more than 12 months, and if it is less than 12 months, he will ask the management to cover period of at least 12 month, means at least 12-month period should be covered for the assessment, making an assessment of the going concern. Then for the assessment basis, 12-month period should be considered. Then what he will do is cover the same period and then consider whether the management has considered all the relevant information for which an auditor is aware. Then if auditor identifies the event that caused significant doubt on an entity's ability to continue as a going concern, then he will perform additional procedure, that is request the management to make its assessment of an entity's ability to continue. He will first request, then evaluate the management future plan. He will make a request, he will evaluate the future plan, then consider the reliability of the cash flow. What we will do is reliability of the cash flow will consider then availability of the additional fact that came to the known after since the date of management has made the assessment, and the written representation from the management regarding their plan for the future action. They will obtain the written representation that what management is intending, means what are the management plan for the future action and the feasibility of this plan, then we have seen that if the going concern basis is appropriate but material uncertainty exists, disclosure has been made yes, then unmodified opinion plus include it in a separate section under the material uncertainty relating to the going concern. And if not disclosed, then adverse or qualify or adverse. If it is going concern is inappropriate, then adverse opinion. And if management is not willing to make its assessment, then consider the implication on the auditor's report. Then the last concept, that is consider condition that make a significant doubt on the going concern. So there are three head, we can say three indicators basically: conditions, financial indicators, operating indicators, and other indicator that may cause significant doubt on an entity's ability. In financial indicator, first is this: we need generally we need to, what we can say, mug up. So if they ask in exam directly that write the financial indicators of the going concern, so we have to write this points. First is net liability position. Any you can write, any 8 also we can write basically from out of 10. net liability position. So financial indicators are net liability position, non-renewal of the borrowings, withdrawal of the financial support, adverse key financial ratio, inability to pay to the creditor, substantial loss, inability to arrange the finance, negative operating cash flow, deteriorate in the value of the assets, then discontinuation of the dividend. So there has been discontinuance of dividends, inability to pay to creditor, adverse financial ratio, the net liability position, and what we can say, net worth, negative net worth, non-renewal of borrowing, inability to finance, substantial losses. These all are the financial indicator. Operating indicators, operating conditions. First, management intent to liquidate the entity, loss of the KMP, loss of the market share, loss of the key market, loss of the franchisee, labor difficulties. Then there is labor difficulty, that is from the labor point of view. Then material point of view, there is storage of the important supply. Then emergence of the successful competitor. So if competitor comes, there is a threat to the business, so it is basically an operating in condition. So what all are the operating condition? Management intent to liquidate the entity, then loss of KMP, loss of the market share, key customer. We have lost KMP, we have lost customers, we have lost market share, franchisee, then labor difficulties, storage of the important supply, not shortage, sorry, labor difficulty, shortage of the important supplies, and the last point was emergence of the market, successful competitor. Then the other factors of the which indicators that indicators of the going concern, affecting the going concern, not indicators of the going concern, affecting the indicators affecting, what I'm saying is indicators which affect that there it casts a significant doubt on an entity's ability to continue as a going concern. The other indicators are non-compliance with statutory requirement, pending legal proceedings against the entity. So there is a statutory pending litigation, pending legal proceedings, then non-compliance of statutory requirement, then changes in the laws, and changes in the laws or the regulations, or uninsured or underinsured assets. Okay, so this we are done with essay 570. Thank you for watching the video.